Hello everyone, Linda Israel here. The scent of the day is spiced coffee. This is a JIC scent and it is available in my JIC shop. The link's in the description box below. They have jewelry involved. These are some of the rings. I decided to wear green since I'm working on a St. Patrick's Day project. Today I'm working for a project that'll go on the Fantabulous Cricut Challenge blog, and we are to make something that has something to do with St. Patrick's Day, and I chose to make this little thing here that I'm going to show you, which is a ribbon that you can wear on St. Patrick's Day. So let me tell you a little bit about the pieces that I have here. I opened up in my Cricut and use the flower that's from the Home Decor cartridge, a circle that I think is from the George Basic cartridge, and then this is the bottom part of the first place ribbon from Locker Talk. I'm going to place this all together and make a ribbon that can be worn. I've got the Brutus Monroe Jurassic ink here and a Tim Holtz blending tool, and I'm going to go around all these colors, or excuse me, all these pieces with this Tim Holtz ink. I'll layer all these pieces together. I'm going to use a variety of adhesives. I've got some white glue and I've got a Zig 2A glue pen. I'm going to use the Zig 2A glue pen around the edge of the circle because I plan to glue it to the back side of the ribbon. I don't want a lot of glue, just a little bit. So it'll be on the back side of this little flower. Place this little circle. Now I want this to have a pin back, and I'm not quite finished embellishing it. So I've got a scrap piece of paper here, and I'm going to cut just a little piece, and I've got a pin back, and it should fit just inside there. So I'm going to place a little bit of glue on here. Then I'm going to rest my pin back on here. And put a little bit more glue on this side of the pin. And I'm going to place it on the back side of my ribbon and just hold it in place for just a moment. Let the glue adhere. So while that's drying, I have another little item I want to add. I've got some Rinea gold foil and a little punch from Punch Bunch. It's a little flower. I'm going to punch one of these little flowers out of the paper. And then I have a piece of fun foam. So I'm going to put the little flower on there. I have a McGill embossing tool. This is the medium-sized ball that's in the set. I'm just going to press in the center. And that's going to make that form up into a little bowl. I'm going to place a little bit of glue in the center of my shamrock. And then pick up this flower and put it right in the center, like so. I've got my Dynamo label maker, and I'm going to make out the words kiss me. So I've got black label in here. So there we have Kiss Me. So there's a quick little pin that I made for the Fantabulous Cricut Challenge blog using the George basic shape circle, the flower from Home Decor, and the bottom of the ribbon from Locker Talk. And this is going to go on a loaded envelope that I've made. And I'll show you some of the components of that so you can see all the goodies. I'll zoom out. So in other videos, I made these little paper clip embellishments or flags. They are two-sided, and there are two of those that I have put on this envelope. I'm going to take everything off so you can see how it looks. I've made some artist trading cards or journaling spots that the person who gets this can use. Here's the ribbon that's going to go on top. And then let's dig out everything inside so you can see that the envelope is a clover that I cut on my Silhouette, and then I went in with the Brutus Monroe Jurassic and gave it a little bit of color. This is some seam binding that I glued on in place. I've got a piece of some corrugated cardboard that I thought would be a good gift I'm putting in there. I've got a couple of scraps of cardstock that were cut from the Silhouette, and this is called the lace tag off the Silhouette. I thought those would look good in this envelope. I have some shamrock and little leprechaun stickers that I thought were kind of cute. One of the calico collage designs, I decided not to mount it in case that I wanted to put it somewhere else in a journal or in a book or something. So I'm just going to place that just inside. A couple of the larger images I went ahead and mounted to the lace tag, so those are pretty, and they're blank on the back so they can be journaled on or whatnot. There was a pretty shamrock piece that could use for a bookmark or making the paper clips. I decided I would just stick it in there. Here's a piece of the seam binding that I had left over. I thought that would be a good item to stick in here. So put the lovely lady back on. I made up this envelope with the shamrock that was also in the kit. So add all these pieces back. Inside it, I put a piece of gold Rinea Foil because you need a little bit of gold. And then I had a bunch of these shamrocks that I had traced and then scanned into my computer and cut on my Cricut. These little shamrocks were cut on my Silhouette. I had a couple of the circle pieces that were left over from cutting the ribbon for the Kiss Me, and I thought I'll just stick those in there. And then I had a couple of scrap pieces of green cardstock, and then I have a few more of these little lovely ladies that I thought would be good because they're little, could be journaling spots or little cards that they could put in journals or their happy planner, whatever it may be. And then this is a nice little green envelope that could be used. And stuck that in there. So there is my project for March for the Fantabulous Cricut Challenge blog, sharing this little ribbon. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the little components that I am putting into this little loaded envelope. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Make sure that you go see the Fantabulous Cricut Challenge blog. There's a link in my description box, and see all the other entries. You can go ahead and upload your image of the file that was cut on Cricut, so you need to say what it was and upload it, and you could win a prize in this week's challenge. If you haven't already subscribed to my challenge, or excuse me, to my website and YouTube, please do so now. Make sure that you share this video with your friends, and if you haven't already followed me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, please do, because there's things that I share there that I don't always get to YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the links for all the items that I showed here today. Thanks. Bye.